Good morning, guys, or good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is where you are, whatever day it is where you are. It is Wednesday morning here, and it is a phenomenal day so far. So today I wanted to talk about being authentic because it's something that has come up in a lot of the live videos that I've been doing lately, but I haven't done any focus on it. And I think it's really important to talk about this topic because it does help you move through life easier and deliberately create a better life. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Usually I have notes that I reference when I do these, but today I've got nothing. So I'm just kind of going with what I feel, which is pretty exciting. So it's more authentic. Anyway, being authentic is being the truest version of yourself, being unapologetically you. And it's something that I think a lot of people will hold back on doing because we all have this, want, obviously, to be accepted, this need to be accepted, this need to be understood by the world around us and liked by every single person that is in our lives or that comes into our lives. And that makes sense because a lot of us look for that with, reason, outside validation from other people. But when you let go of that need for other people to accept you, need for other people to approve of you, and need for other people to validate your existence and what you're doing and who you are, you move into this place of being unapologetically you and feeling really, really good about it. So how to get into that authentic space is, one, by talking about what you really love. And do it often and let it become more and more of who you are. Embody it more and more. When you don't talk about the stuff that you enjoy and you don't talk about the stuff that you like and you just talk about what you think other people want to hear just for the sake of, connecting with another person, it's not genuine anymore. It doesn't seem real because you're not connecting with it. And then you're not able to connect with another person in an authentic way. But when you talk about what you love and when you talk about what lights you up and when you do it in a way that you know what you're saying and you like what you're saying and that light shines out of you, and then regardless of if the other person really connects with it or not, there is a better connection there because you are being more authentic and this person can kind of pick up on that. So for me, moving into being more authentic really took place after high school. Being authentic was not something that I was comfortable with when I was younger. And it's something that a lot of people obviously will struggle with when they're teenagers and when they're in high school because you're still trying to find yourself and you're still trying to figure out who you are. But for me, I moved into a more authentic place after I didn't go to college and I started working for my parents, and I had to own the fact that I didn't go to college because I wanted to pursue a more spiritual life. I didn't think the timing was right, and for a while I kind of just said, oh no, I'm working for my parents before, I think I told people it was a gap year for a little while or that I was gonna go when I had no intention of going. So when I would talk about it, I would be really scared and it would really show and I would seem so restricted in what I was saying, and even my body language was very, very closed off. But the second that I opened up and talked to people about oh no, I'm not going to college, but I'm getting Reiki certified, I'm taking shaman classes, I'm reading tarot cards, I'm doing this, I'm doing meditation, it's really awesome. That light shines out of you and it lets people again, even if they don't agree with it, you cannot have someone really put their whole self out there in that way, and it's really hard to then beat someone down for it because they're just so authentic and that light shines through, and nobody wants to first of all, nobody wants to make you feel like crap. And when you're in that authentic, I love what I'm doing and I'm doing it and it's awesome and listen to how great this is and listen to how much I love it, it's really hard for someone to, someone's gonna either meet that with, oh, listen to all the awesome stuff I'm doing, or that's really awesome, I don't know much about it, but tell me more, or they'll have their own story. And so that's why talking about what you love and really owning what you love is really, really important when it comes to being authentic. So that's the first one, is talk about what you love, own what you love, and don't be afraid of it. Number two is don't look for other people to validate your authenticity. If you feel you're being authentic, if you feel you are being your true self, regardless of if the other people accept it or not, you have to let go of that. You've got to just step into being as amazing as you want to be. There may be people in your life right now that the authentic version of you doesn't line up with the version of you that you may have been putting out there for some time. So when you start to move into that authentic place, these people might be like, wow, you've changed a lot. Like, what's happening? Or don't you usually do this? Or don't you usually do that? And they might get confused. But don't worry about that, because it's not their path, it's not their life. And the more authentic you become and the more fearless you are of being yourself and letting that like epic, awesome light, confident light shine through, these people will either meet you with your vibration or they are going to vibrate out of your life. And it happens. It's happened to me. It's happened a few times. Every time I kind of like let myself level up and try something new and open up to new things and be more of a version of that, there are new people that come in and there are people that leave, and you have to just be willing to let these people move through your life, because some people are here for a reason, some people are here for a season, and some people are here for a lifetime. So don't put too much stake in other people's reactions to your authenticity, because we can only react from what we know and we can only react from our own perceptions. So if another person is, for whatever reason, reacting to your authenticity in some like not positive way, it's their stuff, it's their projection. Don't take too much into it, because it's not them, it's not their life. And you may be pulling it out of them, and if you may pull something out of someone because you need to look at that. I know for me that sometimes I will pull out of people not being... What happens to me is I'll pull people into my life, and then for a short time, and then they go, and then because they either don't live here or they're going on a trip or something, and it's every time it happens, I notice it's when I'm not being there for myself. So I have to really like pay attention to when that happens, because I may not be being fully there for me. So that's what I pull out of when those situations happen. So that's just an example of how you should pay attention. If other people are reacting, there may be something that you need to like focus on and see if you need to work on with yourself. So yes, number 2 was making sure that you're not putting too much worry in other people's validation of you. So being authentic, being this epic version of yourself, it can be scary, and there can be a pushback at first, because like I've said, we want everyone to accept us and we want everyone to think that we are awesome. But the only thing that matters is how you see yourself, because the second you step into I am awesome, I am worthy, I do have a message to share, and there are people out there that want to hear it, the second you step into that, guys, like, stuff changes, your life shifts, stuff will move into place, other people will come into your life, and you have to be kind of fearless and ready and open and willing for things to shift and change and morph. Because if you've been in a place of maybe not being so authentic, maybe, saying things that you think people want to hear, or doing things that you think kind of fit the mold of where you are or what you've been doing, then you, when you move into that place of what you truly want to do and who you truly want to be, stuff will really start to move. Another tip that I have, it just came into my mind, it has disappeared, but it may come back. So don't think that there's a way you should be living your life or a way that you should be doing something, because there are no rules when it comes to this. Whatever you feel is truly exciting and truly like liberating and freeing and feel really, really good to you, you've got to go with it, because that is what will align you with everything that you've been seeking. It can be, maybe you have a degree in something, but you really, maybe you have a degree in, science, of some, science, but you really want to be writing. Find time to write. Find time every day to like feed that energy. And maybe you have, maybe you have been doing a certain job for a really long time and you really don't feel called to do it anymore, but you do it because it's comfortable and you do it because it feels right. But if you can find a hobby or something that you truly enjoy doing and you can find time to do it in every day in an authentic way, in a way that you just like light up when you do it, and do it a lot and do it as often as you can. Because when you do that, when you are stepping into that true version of yourself, you will find that that other job or that other thing that you were doing cycles out and a new thing cycles in. So in being authentic and being fearlessly you, a lot of stuff kind of just starts to change and shift and morph. So being authentic is being confident. Being authentic is loving yourself. You've got to make sure, like, that's number one, is love who you are and love, the vehicle that you are in, your body. Love the energy that you exude. Love the message that you have. And the more you love it and the more you truly step into it and truly own it and just, like, let it out for the world to see, the better you're going to be able to move through different things, because you're going to feel more grounded in yourself. You're going to feel more confident in yourself. You're going to trust your ability to move through things much, much better than if you were kind of in this place of acting a certain way because you feel you need to. So that's kind of being authentic, being the best version of yourself, and hopefully this has helped you guys, inspired you guys to be more authentic, to be a better version of yourself, because, again, this is something that I have found changes a lot, for sure, and it helps you bring so much more in, and it helps you move through contrast, and it helps you walk through your day much easier when you can feel your own sense of self-worth. That's big with authenticity. You've got to feel worthy. You've got to walk like you're worthy. Walk like you're worth everything coming to you. Walk like the universe is kissing your feet as you move through your life. And it's an epic feeling, and it's great. And I'm not saying that walk through your life in a like a cocky way or a overly confident way, but do it in a way that you are supporting other people, and do it in a way that you are helping other people, uplifting other people, not in a way that you are keeping other people low, in a way that you are, supporting other people and helping them lift up to their own true potential. Hopefully that made sense. I do have to go because my little sister was just banging on the door, so I will see you guys later. I hope you guys have an epic day. I hope you're creating amazing things. If you have any video topics you want me to cover for these, let me know. I love you guys. I hope you all have an amazing, authentic day. And yeah, love and light.